I don't know why I'm allowing myself to be addicted to work. And that addiction to work is like on my phone all the time, in the house, answering emails. Guess what I'm doing when I'm doing this? I'm giving people that expectation that I too am always available. And I don't want that. Hey, it's Renee. Welcome to the Into the Wild Show, the podcast for women who want to build incredible mental strength to level up their business and lifestyle. I'm Renee Warren, the founder of We Wild Women, author, speaker, award-winning entrepreneur, and your host. Together, we will make you unapologetic about shining your light, growing your business, and turning you into a wildly confident and successful leader. This is for you, the visionary, the go-getter, the entrepreneur, and for those that need a real kick in the butt to get going and to dream bigger. Each week, I bring in leading experts and entrepreneurs to help you take leaps in the right direction, because I know the best advice comes from someone who has successfully done it before. So, are you ready to level up? Welcome to Into the Wild. Hey, wild women. It is November 30th, close to the end of November. Gosh, December is like tomorrow. And I just got back from a whirlwind trip with my husband. And part of the reason why I said yes to this adventure was because I wanted to see what it was like to be in his shoes for the day. So what we did, full transparency, is we have a private jet and we took it to San Diego for him to be on 3 podcasts. Then that same day to boot it up to Laguna Beach because he was hosting a dinner with his community. And then we were there for a few days and we flew to Vegas and we landed right away. He had to go and interview Dana White for a show or podcast. And then we were there for the F1. But why I'm saying this is because we were on and it was exhausting. And I don't think it's for the faint of heart, but it really got me thinking about the importance, the yin and the yang of being connected and plugged into disconnecting and that balance. We've grown up in a day and age where we think being productive means that you're at work for at least 8 hours a day and just grinding. And yes, there are some jobs that require you to physically be there because you have to service clients during those times. But when it comes to creative entrepreneurs, a lot of the listeners, even just people that have product-based businesses, it is not healthy, nor is it efficient or productive to be always on. And I had a coffee date with a good friend of mine today, Farron Kuzmich. Shout out to you, Farron. She reminded me of a really cool thing that we had done back in August. We had hired a medium to come in and kind of give us a reading. There was 4 of us in the room, some good friends. So we were very comfortable and not too shy about sharing some of the things that we really wanted to work on. And one thing for me was that I noticed in the past year, because We Wild Women has grown, and I would say 2023 has been one of the best years business-wise for me. But it also meant that there was a lot of time committed to setting up systems and hiring and changing systems and all these things that were happening, like reincorporating into a new province that took up a lot of my time that didn't feel productive. But it laid the foundation for what's going to be a more efficient year for 2024. She reminded me, because I was sharing a story today, I said, listen, last night I had so much fun with my children. This might sound absurd to you, what I'm about to share. However, it just is a reflection of what 2023 was for me. I was just saying how last night I spent the night with my boys. I'm a mother. You're probably like, duh, Renee, that's what I do every day. I was super intentional about the moment that Max got home from school. So at 2:45, even though I had a VIP day, but a VIP day for me is a 12 to 13 hour day. Even though I had a VIP day, I closed my laptop as soon as I heard his voice and we hung out for the rest of the evening. I knew there was stuff that I still had to do, but I also knew my client who hired me for the VIP day was on vacation. So actually completing the project by the end of the day wasn't important to her in this moment. And so I knew what was important was to be with my son, Max. And Noah was there too. But Max was like, I want to do something. I played a board game with him. We did some arts and crafts. We went in the hot tub. We played pool. And there was a couple other things that we did together. And it was a whole evening. So from 3 p.m. till 8 p.m., we spent the whole evening connecting and chatting. And guess what happened? is that time away from work, being with my son and just seeing the world through his eyes and just doing the stuff that he wanted to do allowed me to show up today and be so much more productive. Because I do have deadlines, but I got it done because I rested my brain. And in the times where I was like, whatever, getting ready this morning or even getting ready for bed, I was still thinking of creative ideas. So part of the VIP day is drafting unique pitch angles. And because I had that downtime, a rest, and I was away from my laptop, I was actually able to come up with some really cool angle ideas and subject line ideas for my VIP day client. So I really wanted to actually just kind of gloss over this, but talk to you about the art of disconnecting and what that really means. And I think we know there's more research around this for everybody's sake, especially when it comes to like mental health habits and sleep habits, is disconnecting, especially in the evenings, is so crucial. Cal Newport says it too. It's like when you decide your workday is done, close your laptop and walk away from it. The problem with working from home and bringing our work with us everywhere is it's hard for us to just distinguish the time of day that we need to log off. If you have an office job, you can just close your laptop or turn off your computer and walk away. Our house manager during the week, she leaves her laptop here. So when she goes home at the end of the day, she ain't working, and we know that. And so respecting yourself in this too. And know that if there's no big launches, announcement, or deadlines coming up, and you really do not need to be working, and let me tell you, you do not need to be working all the time, there is really no point in doing it and showing up. So the art of disconnecting. One of the things that I've been doing now for almost 9 years now, is at night, my phone is plugged in on the opposite side of my bedroom. So there is no temptation to go and pick it up. My rule is when I go to bed, my phone does not come in with me. Now, the exception is on the weekends. This has been a game changer for me. Also, my laptop, computer is never allowed in my bedroom. It's a sacred space. And so I read, I hang out with my husband, and sometimes I download a show that's on my iPad. If I have those days where I can't even fathom thinking or reading, I'll watch a show, but that doesn't happen too often. It was a hard habit to break. However, it has been a complete and utter game changer. The other thing too is around my kids' activities, so basketball or soccer, during their games, during their practices, if I am there, if I am the parent that's there, my phone is away. It's either in the car or it's in my bag. And I am paying full attention to my child when they're playing or when they're practicing. The other thing too is on the weekends or even during the week with my clients. Listen, I run an agency and my clients expect me to be available certain hours of the day, but I don't let them dictate when I'm available. I tell them, hey, listen, I am traveling next week. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm unavailable. If you have any questions for me, the best way to reach me is Voxer. If it's an emergency, call me. However, I might not be able to answer. So there's also no pressure on them for me to be available. So when you're setting those expectations for yourself and for your clients, for the people around you, it's easier for them to embrace that and to respect that. Some people on our team, they took Monday off because they were helping out with us all last week. And I made it my goal consciously to not message them on their day off because some people feel that sense and the obligation to reply. And even though people that work with us, they know that, hey, evenings and weekends, it's your time. There's no obligation to actually answer us if we do message you or text you. However, I want to respect that because I expect that they respect my time away as well. Question for you. What is something that helps to build reputation, increase demand for your expertise, expand your network, increase your credibility, increase relevance, allows you to take better control of your message and perception, helps you to get more recognized, and is the most trusted form of marketing out there? It's public relations. And I know if you're listening to this show, it means that you are ripe and ready to unlock the next version of your business. I also know that you probably don't have an extra $30,000 sitting around to hire an expert agency that can do this for you. What if I had a simple solution that could help you achieve all of the above without the hefty price tag? What if I told you that you could have a custom world-class PR strategy built for you in a day with all the necessary videos to show you how to implement and integrate the strategy into your everyday business function? How would you feel? Well, I've got some great news for you. I have created the ultimate VIP day that allows you to play a bigger game with the guidance of a veteran publicist who will create your custom strategy with a vetted media list, creative pitch templates, and all the PR fixings you need to get way more recognition for yourself and your business. And it is a simple solution that you and your team can implement the next day. I promise you, this has been done by dozens already with some incredible results. It is called the VIP Day. It's that simple. It is the We Wild Women VIP Day. If you go to wewildwomen.com/VIP Day to learn more, you can either apply or you can reach out to me on Instagram at Renee_Warren to learn more about the VIP Day and how this can help you and your brand unlock the next level. That's wewildwomen.com/VIP Day. Here are a couple of things too when I was reflecting about this time that I had. So going back to the hiring this mediums, coming back to the story, when I had coffee with my friend Farron this morning, she was mentioning, hey, that time that we had this medium reading back in August, one of the things that you did mention was how you wanted to have more disconnected time with your children. And in that stage of my business, I don't know if you recall, but in August, we were evacuated from our homes because of a forest fire. There was a lot going on. And yes, I'm the default parent. And this was something that my husband and I agreed on years ago. So that was on me, full-time with the kids again, doing client work, running my business. But I said, listen, I don't know why I'm allowing myself to be addicted to work. And that addiction to work is like on my phone all the time, in the house, answering emails. Guess what I'm doing when I'm doing this? I'm giving people that expectation that I too am always available. And I don't want that. So the more that these people grow to expect that of me, they're just going to expect it even more down the road. And I don't want that. So we set these boundaries now. In the evenings, I'm not working. I don't even want to be tempted to work. There is hardly ever an emergency. Of all the years I've been running a business, there has never been something absolutely so crucial that I had to log on and spend the rest of the night working. So I don't run a tech company where there's like a bug and my product goes down. That's not an issue for me. It might be for you. But for what I do, for the most part, there's hardly ever been a time. So how this has impacted my relationships, well, in knowing that I'm completely disconnected now, I'm with my kids. We get to hang out. We get to plan the weekend and do these amazing, fun things. The always on culture is such a disgrace. And I see it. And I look at these people whom I admire online. I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus. But the women, there is a coincidence here. The women in business who I see are crushing it, who are always out there, they're moving the needle, they're growing in ranks. I would say 98% of these women do not have children. Whether they choose to or not, I don't know, none of my business. However, they don't have children. So I think to myself, they're always progressing and getting ahead because having kids is a thing that takes up so much of your time, whether you want it to or not. But when I see these women, I was like, why can't I be like them? Why can't I always be having the best stories or Instagram reels or TikToks or YouTube channel? Yes, there are a lot of incredible moms that are crushing it too. However, the women that I'm looking up to, they don't happen to have children. When I realized this of myself, I realized I couldn't be the woman who can do that at their level. And I accepted the fact that I do actually have it all. I have it all because I have the freedom to be able to show up for my business when I want to. I have the freedom to be with my kids when I want to travel, to work with clients, the clients that I choose. I have so many liberties that for me to actually be, quote, addicted to working is a shame for all the other incredible things and areas in my life. And so the other thing too, I wanted to mention about the always on culture too, is that it is such a masculine thing. I'm working with an incredible client. Her name is Elise Archer. And part of what she does, she's an incredible sales coach and she does beautiful sales training. One of the things that she really focuses on is the masculine versus the feminine. When it comes to sales, and especially in business, as entrepreneurs, we've been leading and thriving in businesses, or we thought so, thriving in businesses from the place of masculine energy. And I'm not saying it's bad because we need both. However, when we show up with the feminine, which is nurturing, which is caring, which is listening, it changes everything. And I think part of that which we really need to emphasize the most too when it comes to that always on culture, is that the feminine energy is the one that is encouraging us to disconnect, encouraging us to step away from work, because work isn't everything. And this is what I love about Elise's message, is that we need to really nurture them. So the other thing too about the always on culture is FOMO, the fear of missing out. Sometimes when I post something on social, whether or not it's controversial, doesn't matter. I post it and I don't check for a while to see if there's any comments or shares. I get anxiety, which I think is such an unhealthy habit. Or sometimes I post something and I think, oh, this is cool. People are going to love it. And I go and check and I refresh and I'm like, how many comments did I get? Or did I get any new followers because of this piece? I feel myself very ashamed to be in this position that I think my only significance is based on the likes, shares, comments, new followers. And so there's always this fear of missing out. I just came back from that whirlwind trip. And a lot of people who are great at documenting these things probably would have been like, why, Renee? Why didn't you shoot more videos or share more posts? Listen, I wanted to be in the moment. I didn't really take that many pictures. I did not shoot too many videos while we were doing all these incredible things, flying and F1 and all these stages, because I wanted to be in the moment. I was in the moment, feeling it, breathing it, smelling it, hearing it, which is a different thing than holding up your phone and recording everything. There are moments for it, yes, but not all the time. And I see these people online, they're like, I'm the best mom because I'm always connected to my child. And I believe presence is the most important gift you can give your children. And I'm like seeing this message through the lens of their camera, which makes me believe that it can't be true if all they're ever doing is recording these moments to prove that they're a present parent. No, a present parent isn't necessarily recording these things themselves. Maybe they're being recorded by somebody else. But all this to say is disconnecting is probably the best gift you can give yourself, especially going into the holiday season. Let yourself relax and start figuring out what are the boundaries, where are these parameters in my life so that I'm protecting my time where there is less need for me to show up, to be available for phone calls, for emails, for approving this, feedback on that, Voxers, whatever it is. There are so many more benefits to disconnecting than you believe. I also believe the 8-hour workday is a myth. The 40-hour work week is a myth. There shouldn't be pressure for us to fill that time just because we are entrepreneurs. There might be weeks where you're working 60 hours and there's other weeks where you're working 20. Don't let the guilt of those other hours that you're supposed to be working creep over you because it's just not fair. All this to say, there's no fancy art in disconnecting. I call it the art of disconnecting. Really, it just means make the decision that you want to because it's going to benefit you physically, mentally, your relationships with your kids and your family, your business, like times 10. You're going to feel better about yourself and challenge you to do things in life that you would normally bring your phone with you or your laptop or iPad and leave it at home. Leave it in your car. Go into the gym. Don't bring your phone. Just try it out once. You'll see the beautiful gift in being completely disconnected. So listen, before you go and disconnect, I would absolutely love it if you left me some stars and some reviews. I was just looking at my analytics with my assistant today, and we moved up the ranks in the world of podcasting in the last couple of weeks. And I am so grateful for the people that joined me on these episodes, interviews, solos. Listen, if you haven't subscribed, then please do so. Also, if you want to go share this with another girlfriend or sister, brother that feel like they can use this content, then please do so. Until next time, ladies, peace out. So there you have it. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Into the Wild. To make this girl happy and to help reach other women who are dreaming of starting their business, please leave us a 5-star review on iTunes and everywhere you listen in. Also, if you want to find me in the wild, check me out on Instagram at Renee_Warren. That's RENEE_WARREN. And leaving you with one of my favorite tips of all time, the best advice you could ever receive is from someone who has successfully done it before you. Until next time, ladies, peace out.